It's about time that our government starts to be transparent with us, isn't it? They've been lying for a very long time about some really important stuff. Like there's a whole list of things that doesn't need to be classified because it was a long time ago, but for some reason the American government decides that they still need to hide these secrets from the public.
They declared that no government, agency, or title could infringe upon the freedoms of speech, religion, thought, and the pursuit of truth. For too long, the American spirit has been dimmed by a veil of secrecy, by a government that has grown too comfortable in the shadows.
Something happened today. There was a press conference from Representative Luna, who basically said that she's starting a task force to declassify a lot of these documents,
denying us the transparency we deserve. But today, we stand at the dawn of a new era where the light of truth begins to shine through. A few weeks ago, President Donald Trump made a historic announcement. With the stroke of a pen, he committed to declassifying the files concerning the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay, so the JFK and the RFK and the MLK, all of those people were very high profile people in our past. And for some reason, there are some secrets about their passing away that the government wants to keep hidden. I mean, the only reason that the government would really want to keep these things hidden is because they probably are implicated in some way with the passing of these individuals.
A decision not just monumental, but pivotal. It is with profound honor that I have been entrusted by Speaker Mike Johnson and Chairman James Comer to lead the House Oversight Task Force on Declassification of Federal Secrets. Together with the help of the White House, our intelligence allies, the Department of Defense, the Department of Justice, we will be conducting investigations into the following: the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and Dr. Martin Luther King.
I mean, it's no conspiracy that most people in America believe that the CIA and the FBI had a direct connection with John F. K's assassination, probably with RFK's as well. And then there's some conspiracies about the fact that MLK may have been a CIA asset.
Unidentified aerial phenomena, also known as UAPs, unidentified submerged objects, also known as USOs.
Okay, so if you've been following my channel, you also know that I'm super obsessed with aliens, UAPs, and UFOs. Now they want to start getting and talking about USOs, which is unidentified submersible object, because now we actually believe that maybe the aliens aren't coming from space, that potentially that they're living in our oceans maybe.
The Epstein client list.
I don't know anybody that's more excited than I am to hear what they have to say about the Epstein client list. I'm so excited for that. I've been paying attention since the very beginning. I think it's weird that he didn't do a perp walk. I did a deep dive into his unaliving, and there are so many holes in the story, it just doesn't make sense. I'm really excited about this getting classified.
The origins of COVID-19.
And then I can't wait until the true origins of COVID get released to the public and we can figure out who were these masterminds that created this pandemic for financial and monetary gain.
And the 9/11 files.
As well as 9/11 as well. I've actually been doing a lot of research on that event as well, and I truly believe that there are some ulterior motives or some sinister villains that are at play in this situation. That was a very tragic event a long time ago in 2001.
This task force will be a beacon of bipartisanship. On the Republican side, Representatives Burchett, Boebert, Burleson, Crane, Gill, and Mace will be joining me, although I'd like to note that I'm expanding this to the entire governing body and will be allowing certain members to waive on. Our first hearing is set for March. The date will be announced soon, and we've already initiated close to a dozen communications with various agencies, to include Pam Bondi at the Department of Justice and the Secretary of State. This will no longer be a task force that makes bold promises only to fade into irrelevance or send strongly worded letters. This will be a relentless pursuit of truth and transparency, and we will not stop until the American people have the answers they deserve. We will cut through the bureaucracy, challenge the stonewalling, and ensure that the American people finally get the truth that they have been denied for too long. If we are to endure and thrive as a nation, we must restore trust through transparency. The American people must be trusted to think for themselves, to form their own judgments from the truth that they are entitled to know. We've been treated like children for too long and kept in the dark by those we elected to serve us. It is my solemn duty to begin mending this trust, to form a new relationship between the government and the governed. Let us embark on this journey together towards a government that does not serve, but one that enlightens. That does not just serve, but one that enlightens. Trust through transparency, that begins now.
Well, there you have it. That happened today. I just figured that it was some recent news and that we should make a video about it because it's something that's really exciting. There is a specific task force now that's going to be directly connected to declassifying all of these documents and all of these situations that America and the Americans inside have had questions about for a long time. We've actually had suspicions that there were some big players at play that may have been deceitful in front of Congress. We figured that there might have been some institutions that were responsible for people being assassinated. We figured that there might be some presidents or some institutions that are responsible for the planes hitting those towers and for us going to Iraq. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Drop comments below if you have any answers or conspiracies about anything of these things that we have just talked about. Have a blessed day, motherfucker.